Alright, I want to say welcome to GeoCaf channel. Alright, just in case you are joining us for the first time, GeoCaf is actually an organization that is concerned with several activities aimed at bridging the gap between the industry and the classroom. So as much as possible, GeoCaf come up with training sessions, practical sessions that give students hands-on experience that will prepare them for opportunities in the oil and gas industry. Secondly, we also offer opportunities to help geoscientists upskill as they navigate through their path in the energy industry. So please, if you are here to join our community, there's a link under the description of this video. Click on that link, it will lead you to our WhatsApp community so you can join and partake from everything you can that will help you get ahead. Alright, so today we'll be looking at a very important topic, alright, related to subsurface analysis data sets, and we'll be talking about correlation, how we correlate different wells, and we'll be using the Schlumberger Petrel software. As you can see on my screen, this is the interface of the Schlumberger Petrel software. Very impactful and effective software used for subsurface data analysis, like your seismic data and your well data. Alright, now correlation is very important, and what does it entails? Of course, it entails tying similar rock units in different wells together. Alright, where you try to align well units, different stratigraphic units present in different wells, aligning them, alright, so that we can see the depositional trend. That is what correlation is all about. Now, one thing you must know about correlation is that you must start from the base. It's best to start from the base of the well, alright, and you do the correlation upward. Is very important. And secondly, to get a very valid correlation result at the end of the day, you need the biostratigraphic data, where you'll be able to identify key surfaces like your maximum flooding surfaces, MFS, as well as your sequence boundaries. These are very important surfaces that aid in the correlation process. But in absence of biostratigraphic data, you can always depend on the log motif, the gamma ray log motif, where you try to analyze the log trend, the shape of the logs. Alright, so secondly, it's also very important, before you go ahead to analyze any subsurface data, you try as much as possible to understand the basin within which the data was acquired. For instance, this data is from the Niger Delta Basin, the southern region of Nigeria, southwest to be precise. Alright, so because I understand how the basin was formed and the formations it contained, I will be able to do a very accurate, to an extent, accurate interpretation. For instance, the Niger Delta Basin, we have the Benin Formation, Agbada and Akata Formation. And one thing you notice about the Benin Formation is that we have more of sandy rock units. When we move down to the Agbada Formation, you begin to notice a bit of shale and sand interbedded, alright, to each other. Alright, so with that understanding, you'll be able to go ahead to do your correlation by identifying that transition zone between the Benin Formation and the Agbada Formation. Alright, because one thing you notice is a thick transgressive surface. Alright, so locating that transgressive surface, alright, that is indicative of your transition from Benin to Agbada Formation, will help you come up with a more robust correlation at the end of the day. Now, to do your correlation, first of all, you want to make sure that you align the wells to equal depth. For instance, this is 7,000 feet, my first well. Second well is less than, is 6,002, here is 6,450, here is 6,200, here is 8,300. This means that all my wells are actually not aligned to a particular depth of reference. Alright, so we have to use a particular depth, a particular depth that will actually aid our interpretation. Now, to flatten our wells to depth, all you have to do is to come to your windows here. The moment you click on your windows, it's going to show you different settings and ribbons that will allow you make some modifications to the well section window. So you click on the window settings here. All right, so you come here and click on definition. All right, definition. All right, see, you are seeing this option, well position synchronization. This is correlative. Now I want to flatten on depth, so you come here and select depth. So you can use any depth, let's say 7,000. It doesn't matter, you can use 6,000, 5,000. The most important thing is that you bring all of your wells to align at a particular depth. The moment I click on OK, you can see a bit of alignment here. You can see SSTVD, which means subsea true vertical depth. All right, this is the depth, all right, we are using to reference all of these wells. All right, you can see that all of the wells have been aligned to this depth, 7,000 SSTVD. You can see a bit of alignment, so this will aid our interpretation. Secondly, you want to look at the log trend. You want to look at the how the log appears, the shape of the log. Like I mentioned earlier, you can make the most of your transgressive surface, right, which will come to play here. For instance, we are seeing this thick shale here, this transgressive surface, we are seeing this thick shale here, and beneath we have a sand here having this cylindrical shape, all right, indicative of channel sand. You can see another shale thickness beneath. Come to the next well, you can see the same signature here, the thick shale, sand, and shale under. Here you can see this thick shale, sand, and shale under. It's still present here in our fourth well. Then can we find that here as well? Yes, it's also here. Right, so you can see this is a good way to start our correlation. Now, how do we kickstart this process? Now you go to your stratigraphy, all right, and come here and click on new well top folder. The moment you click on that, this has appeared, a folder where all the horizon will be mapping will be stored in, and this is well tops. All right, so the next thing you do is to click on edit well top. It's going to bring out a tool palette, this tool palette that will help us to actually go ahead with our correlation. You can see here it's showing no active surface, meaning there is no surface that has been mapped yet. No surface has been chosen as a correlation point yet. The moment we choose a particular surface, it's going to automatically give it a name, which you can always modify later on. All right, so make sure you are ready to actually continue the map before you click on this tool here. All right, so the moment you click on this, all right, you'll be ready to do your map. So before we go ahead, let me go back to the viewing mode so that I can scroll to where I want to start from. So this is the shale transgressive surface that we'll be using. All right, so you click on this, no active surface, so that I can come here and click here. You can see as appeared here. I can move it up, can move it down depending on where I want. Right, so this is where this particular surface is in my first well. Look for it in the second well, and this is it here. Third well, this is it here. Fourth well, this is it here. And my last well, looking for that, okay, this is it here. Right, so the next thing you want to do, you can see the name of this horizon, horizon 1. You can come here and see it here, horizon 1. So the next thing you want to do is to flatten this whole well to this particular depth, this particular surface. So this will rearrange the positions of the well respective to each other, and will help us to have a wider view and to help us to capture similar rock units across the well. So to do that, come here and right click on this surface that we created and click on flatten well section on well top. The moment you click on that, all of the wells will be flattened to align with this particular surface. So you can see, let me click on, go back to my viewing mode so that it does not assume I'm still correlating. Alright, so you can see a bit of alignment here, my shale, sand. Alright, so let's continue with our correlation. Let's correlate this sand. So you click on this. Alright, this is showing me horizon 1 because I want to map another surface, no longer horizon 1. The initial one was horizon 1, so we are going to map another one. So to map a new one, click on this button here that says add new well top horizon. Meant you click on that to make sure that this is showing no active surface, and you come here, you continue with your correlation across the well because we can identify these sand units across our well. So let's also correlate the base of the sand. Alright, so this is basically how. Please, if you are yet to like this video, go ahead to click on the like button and click on that subscribe button so that you can always get education videos, practical videos like this that will help get you hands-on experience you need in the industry. Alright, so we can go ahead to change this name instead of horizon 2. So let's just click on it and press F2 on your keyboard. So let's select sand A top as a name. The second one, click on your F2 keyboard and I want to call it F2 the keyboard. I want to call it sand A base. Alright, so this basically how to do your correlation. Alright, this one A top as this is okay. I have to toggle it on here. Alright, that's my sand A top. Alright, so this is basically how to do your correlation. So you don't stop here, you continue. So you can use all of these as a guide. You can go ahead to correlate the different sands interval. You can see. And one thing to note when you are correlating, that when you notice missing section is always indicative of a normal fault within that particular area. Secondly, when you notice repetitive section, is indicative of a reverse fault. Alright, so continue in subsequent video where we show all of that. Alright, so but for now, probably you want to gain access to data sets and software like this that will help you upskill and gain hands-on experience. Please do well to check the description under this video. You see a link to our courses. You have access to a number of courses that will provide you data set like this and will give you hands-on experience. So do well to take advantage of the opportunity. Alright, if you are yet to like I said before, like the video and click on the subscribe button. Thank you.